All right, buddy. We're going to have to do this. Sit down. If you don't know who I am, my name is Daniel the Big O, and this is the Fluffy Poodle. He is my service dog. I'm a disabled veteran, and he helps with both my physical and mental disabilities. And if you didn't know, real service dog training never ever stops. Why did I just say that right at the beginning? The fact is, the Fluffy Poodle and I went to college class. Went to college class this morning, and while we were on our way to class in one of the hallways, one of the professors, they have a so-called service dog. It started barking, lunging, pulling the professor down the hallway while it was coming, and it looked like it was going to attack the Fluffy Poodle and I. It was grateful enough that we were behind a doorway. We were behind a doorway that I was getting ready to close, but close as they approached. They still approached us within 10 feet, and then they turned the corner. When they turned the corner, the barking still continued. They continued really loud, and the growling as well. I shut myself into the classroom, proceeded to talk to another student to calm down for a little bit because my PTSD was starting to get triggered and skyrocket severely. You see, as a leader, I try to analyze the whole situation as a whole. And I started thinking, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is actually a student, and we need to be able to give this student a little bit of guidance and help them so they can get the proper training and know that service dogs are definitely not supposed to do that when they're out in public, and especially just because another dog is walking by. Fluffy, you can go ahead and lay down, buddy. You don't have to sit the whole time. Lay down. So I went ahead and started thinking about the situation even more. But then one of the janitorial ladies came over and she goes, "No, that wasn't a student. That was actually a professor." That's when I was like, oh no, this couldn't be true. At this moment, what I was going through on the inside really skyrocketed to another level, because if this is a professor, they should know better, and they should have gotten the proper training. But if they didn't, I would hope that this situation really helps them learn from what happened. You see, a lot of things happened. I was distraught, and I actually was going through a lot of emotions because of what your dog did. It triggered something major, and that's putting me in fight or flight mode. I didn't know if I was going to have to stay inside this room or if I was able to leave. I don't know if this dog's going to attack me when I come around the corner, go down the hallway. I don't know what's going to go on. You see, as a veteran, I have some of the stuff that goes on in my head, and it races over and over and over again. And I try to realize what's going on, address the situation, analyze it, and then continue with however I see fit to complete what I need to in the time being. And in this situation, I knew I didn't feel comfortable staying in this class. So as soon as I had the opportunity, I exited as fast as I could and went to the first person in the chain of command. So I went over to the college provost and I informed them what was going on, and we got a hold of Disability Services, and we really addressed the issue at hand. The first thing that I told them is, first and foremost, I am very upset. I don't know how I'm feeling right now. I know that I'm okay on the inside, but realistically, I don't know how I feel about the situation, and I don't feel comfortable going back to class right now or anywhere in this building with this animal around. You see, my service dog, I have a lot invested in him. It's well over $500,000, but it's not about the monetary value that I have invested in the Fluffy Poodle right here. No, it's not about the monetary value at all. What it's about is, he is my medical equipment, and for me to replace my medical equipment, the real true medical equipment, the real service dog, it would take roughly 1 to 3 years. At least 1 to 3 years for me to get a service dog fully trained. Most people don't realize that. Most people don't realize that it takes that long to get a fully trained service dog. Because from the age of being born to 1 year old, they master basic obedience. And from age 1 to 2 years old, they do all of that in all different types of environments, along with helping the disabilities. It's actually mitigating the disabilities for the person. And they'll train about 5 dogs, 3 to 5 for your dogs for your disability. And you better hope that one links up with your personality. And if one of those 5 don't, you have to wait another 1 to 3 years. So it really discredits, so when we see stuff like this out in public, it really discredits real service dog teams like me and my service dog, and really makes a bad image and a bad look on the teams that are out there that are really doing the right thing. So I addressed all of this to the provost and disability services, and I'm hoping that everything gets resolved in a timely manner and in an orderly fashion, and everybody can still be able to go on about their daily lives. Now, I do want to say this. I do want to say that, I am reaching my hands out to this professor. I want you to know that I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset. There's just sometimes that people don't know the actual ADA law and the severity of the medical equipment that you have while you're out in public. The severity of, how much of a danger it can be if you're not doing the proper training and the proper things to keep it up to par, especially being on a service dog level. Now, real quick, let me explain that service dog level. Let me use an analogy. Not everybody can be in the NBA, NFL. No, because it takes a very certain special level training to be on that status. And this goes exactly the same when it comes to dogs. Not every dog can be a service dog. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication. If your dog is barking around like it is out in a college class just because another service dog is in the general area, that is a major concern and a danger to not just the public, but students and other service dog teams that may come around. So again, I'm reaching my hands out to you saying, hey, I do know some amazing organizations that can help you. And if you don't have the finances to pay for that type of help, know that I can lead you in the right direction to help you as well. Because there's always a way and there's always a will, and especially if you need something that helps with your disability. Because again, you have to be disabled to have a service dog. Otherwise, it's a felony for faking a service dog or claiming one that's not actually one. With that being said, I did this video because there's a lot of videos out there that hate on people that have a dog like this, or they discredit them, or they ruin their life, and that's not what I want to do. That's not the goal, and that's not why I did this video. I did this video so I can help educate, help teach, help show the world that, hey, you don't need to be upset. I don't need to film them and show how horrible the dog was, and the lady being pulled down the hallway. I don't need to do any of that. I don't need to, because they're human and sometimes people make mistakes. But what's most important to me is learning from the mistakes that you made and how we can all learn from that, adjust and adapt and overcome. And ultimately, we can all still follow our dreams and still accomplish the mission at hand. With that being said, Fluffy, come here real quick. How about you sit back up here and we'll close out this video. All right? Come here, buddy. Sit. Make sure you guys like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel and support amazing service dog teams like the Fluffy Poodle and I. And again, no need to hate other teams or be upset or anything. We should help guide them, lead them in the right direction, and show them that you too can have a great service dog like the Fluffy Poodle. But it just takes a little bit of hard work, a little bit of training. But you can do it. I know you can. With that being said, we'll see you guys on tomorrow's episode. Bye-bye. It's going to be okay, buddy. It's going to be okay. You have a good day. Bye-bye.